Hi all, welcome to Guide Coaching Classes. My name is Muazzam Ali and today we are going to revise what we have learned into our previous sessions. That is the having clause, where clause and subquery. So the first thing which comes into the revision, that is the having clause. So in having clause basically work on the basis of the aggregate functions. It can be used with order by and group by. The sequence is having clause comes after order by after group by, and it comes before order by. Then we can also use where clause with having clause. Before having clause we need to use the where clause, so that is the sequence of the implementation into a query. Then where clause works on the basis of row level, whereas having clause works at the column level. Then we will be it's we have single results into having clause, but in where clause we can have more than one result. Okay, then in subquery, so subquery is nothing but a query within a query, where we have primary query and the secondary query, and the we call the primary query as a main query and secondary query as a subquery. The identification point of the subquery is that subquery is written into the parenthesis, and the execution starts from the subquery. Then the result or the output of that subquery is given as a input to the main query, and then it executes, and then it present or it prints the results. So we have created a pictorial representation of the subquery so that it will be easy for you to remember or to get revise this concept. So here if you see, I have two tables. The first one is student and the second one is marks. So now student and marks has the common column, that is student ID. And here I have student marks and here I have student name. That is only the four fields. Each column, each table has two columns. Now I have created a query. If you see, the outer query or the primary query is select and the student information, where where condition we have, then student ID and is equals to student ID, where A and B are nothing but the two tables, that is students and marks. Okay, now I have a condition that and B total marks, that is B table, that is this table, student B dot total marks, B dot total underscore marks is greater than what? Greater than something, but I have not given the exact number. I have made it dynamic. So for this I have written an inner query. That query states select total marks of what? From marks table, where student ID is equals to VOO 2. Now if you see, this is my inner query and the result of it is this one. So now it will take 80 as a result. It will keep that 80 over here. Now I have a result like select and print the information of the student, where total marks is greater than 80. So now my marks are greater than 80. I have only two records which has the marks greater than 80, that is 95 and 81. So now that 80 comes here, result of the inner query. Result of my inner query is VOO 2 is 80. Now that 80 is kept over here. So now here if you see, I have got the result as 95 and 81. I am getting all the three information which is asked. So student ID is here, student name is here, and total marks are here. So that is how the subquery works. Subquery executes first and then it provide output as a input to the main query, and then main query process that result. So that is how the subquery works. Now what if I have more than one columns as a output? So for that, a column no multiple column subquery is introduced into the SQL. We'll see that. So what is multiple subquery? There are certain parameters, certain guidelines to it. So first of all, we'll see what is the multiple column subquery. It returns more than one column to the outer query. So we have inner query, which we call as a subquery. It returns more than one results. Then it can be used with from, where, having clause. It can be used with anything. So, and we can create a simple view of a table, and then we can use that view as a result or as a table to give the values. So if you see, I have an example where employee's current salary is in range. I have a range of 10,000 to 20,000. Okay, that is my range, and working in department 10 or 20. I have range as 10,000, and 1,000 to 2,000 is as a salary range, and the department could be 10 or 20. 10 or 20. So my query, how my query would become. So now see, I will write select first name, job ID, salary. These are my table. These are my columns which I want. Now my main query is from employee history. This is my employee history is my table. Now where salary comma department id, salary comma department id. See here my salary is in range of 10,000 and 2,000. That is one criteria, and the department is 10 and 20. That is my second criteria. So I have taken where salary comma department id. Now in is a multiple a multiple column function or multiple column operator, which we will be seeing into our practical examples. So that is nothing but the in operator is used to get the values with or condition. So where clause is used with or condition, it is like that only. So here we are using select in salary department id from employees, where salary between 10,000 and 20,000 to 2,000, and department in department id is between 10 and 20. Now we can order it by first name as well. So that is nothing but the ordering of it. So here if you see, I have salary and department id, these two columns, these two parameters in select. Now in this in is having the select salary department id, because I will be working on this department id and salary. So I have taken these two columns from employee table, where salary between 10,000 and 20,000. So this is my first condition, where salary is between 10,000 and 20,000, and department id is between 10 and 20. So I will be getting those records, then I will be putting into in, and then all the multiple, I will be getting definitely multiple records. Just hypothetically assume that there are multiple records. We won't we will be seeing the example, but first of all understand this. So we consider there could be multiple answers or multiple results we will get. Then those results will be passed to where clause with salary and department id, as the salary and the department id we have sequenced, and then that result will be processed, and then we will get first name, a job id, and salary, all the records. That's how multiple column subquery works. Then we will be understanding about the guidelines for multiple column subquery. What are the guidelines, what we need to focus on when to use multiple column subquery. So multiple column subquery is used in outer query from clause. So we can use a from clause, and then we will write the outer query, or the inner query, that is the multiple column. It creates temporary table which called as a inline view, which I mentioned earlier. It creates a inline view. So we will write select star from, and then select star and from. After from, we will write the whole query and not the table name. So it will process that particular query, and then it will give us a view, and then we will be searching, or we will be extracting certain values from that view. That's how it works. Okay, now we'll see if the temporary columns contains group data or grouped subsets are treated as separate rows. So here the temporary tables contain group data. It can have group data and grouped subsets, and they are treated as a separate rows. Each data is considered as a separate row over there. Then multiple row subquery returns one or more rows to the outer sub SQL statement. it can return more than subqueries to more than rows outer to SQL. Now to handle results we can use in any all operator. We'll see all these three operators as well, but first of all understand that we can handle the results using these three operators, and they are mostly used with this type of what do you call as a column subqueries. So in, all, and any. So whenever you find any query which uses in any all operator, consider it as a multiple column subquery. Now consider the from clause in the below query. So as we have seen, as I discussed about inline view, so how we will do, we'll write select star and then we'll write from, and then here we write, generally write the table name, but here we have written another query, select salary department ID from employee between 1000 and 2000. See, that is how it works. So now moving on to multiple column subqueries. But before this, I would like you to take you to the this side. Okay, we will discuss about the multiple query, how multiple column query works. So now see, here I have two tables. The first one is employee table and the second one is my department table. Now see, this is my condition. So I want department ID, department manager, department name. I want these three informations from department. So now I have created here alias department D, where did d dot did in select. Now this is my complex query. See, this is my, if you see in, that means it is my multiple subquery. Okay, multiple column subquery. So now what I will do, what you can do, you need to understand this first, what this is doing, then put the result of it over here and then execute the second one. That is how your approach should be. So whenever you want let's suppose you have a certain condition. So if you see this, select e dot did from employee e, where e dot eid is 10 less than 103. So 103 less than 103 means you will be having 101 and 102. That are the two records which you will get as a input, as a output. And so what I have done is I have removed this query from this and I have executed this query only. So I know that I will be getting two results. I got two results, fine. Now what I am going to do, I will execute yes, I will execute this. So I got one Amit and accounts, because for 102 I don't have any record, so that's why I got this. Now here in is used as a operator, so we will see it further, but try to analyze and try to break down the whole query into simple parts and then try to resolve it. So here if you execute this, you will be getting two results, that is 101 and 1. So now I am keeping that results into my query. I have changed nothing over here. I am just putting the query's result, this query's result over here. This is dynamic one and this is the static one. So now if I execute this, I will be getting the same result. There's no change at all. So that is how the query works. So if you want to know, if you're a beginner, you can first of all create a query, then execute it, and then you can find the result and then directly put the result and check your query. And then once you are confirmed, then you can directly place this query over here and you can execute it. And once you place it over here, the query will look like this and you'll get the result like this. Okay, now moving on to the next topic, that is the DID, department manager department, where DED employee is less than 103. That is the nothing but the same one. Okay, now we'll move to multiple column subquery structure, how it works. So as I have explained to you here, if there is another scenario which I have taken, for you to understand it in a better way. So if you see, I have here two tables. The first one is agents and the second one is orders table. Okay, now the outer query, this is my outer query and this is my inner query. So there are levels, Okay, so now this the inner query I have written select agent code from agents where working area is equals to Bangalore. So this agents table where working area is nothing but this section is equals to Bangalore. So Bangalore, bang on Bangalore, three Bangalores, I got three records. So now what it will do, it will take select agent code means this one, A001, A007, A011. So these three records are extracted as a out input for the outer query. Now where agent code in, so now in I have here, if you see where agent code in is an operator 101, A101, A007 and A011. These are three records. Now it will process this one. This is the two level of execution. So where agent code in, so now it will get 10, A001. So select this information from orders table. This is my orders table. Select these information. What are those? Customer, sorry, order number, amount, order amount is this one, and order date is coming. Okay, and then customer code, and so on so forth. These all are information which are placed over here from orders table. This is my orders table. So this is a very high level information. So now if you see where agent code is this, so where agent code in 10 A001, so A001, this is my agent info. So these details are coming from the other table. So that is how the complex query or multi-level multi-column subquery works. This is the best example which I can find on the internet. So now moving on to multiple rows operator, what are they and how they are used. So there are three multiple row operators which I have already mentioned. That is, the first is any, the second one is all, and these any and all operators are basically boolean type of results they generate. Any all operators allows you to perform the comparison a single column and the range of other values. So multiple values are there and you can compare the result on the basis of that. And now any is nothing but it works as a or condition where if you have two results as a true false, so it will write the true, and if you have for and condition we have two as a true results, only then we will get a true, else we will get a false. So that is how the boolean algebra works. So now here if you see, I have a condition. I have taken an example of it to understand it better way. Here I have a and greater than any. If it is greater than any, that means it is true. So if it is greater than 10, so a is equals to 40. That means a is greater than 10. That's true. A is equals to 9. So now it is not, so it will be false. Now here a is equals to 25, so here 20 is there, so it is on the basis of the first condition itself, it passes the third result. Now if I use this as a less, a is less than 10, a is not less than 10. Here a is less than 10, that means true. And if a is less equals to 25, so a is less than 30, here this 30 will be considered and it will be as a true. It is less than 25. A 25 is less than 30. That's how it works. Now we'll see the in operator, which is widely used. Any and all are rarely used, but in operator is mostly used, and in operators allows you to specify multiple values in a where clause. If, as you can see over here, it allow you to specify multiple values in a row, and it is a shortcut of multiple or condition. You can put multiple or conditions using the in operator by just separating out the with the comma. So mm, that is the in and all operation. So now I will be taking you to any all operators. So now if you see here, I have created an example for any all and in operator. So this is my first all operator function, all operator multiple query, uh, multiple column operator. So now see, this is my select these information from employee table. So I'm getting these information from employee table where did is equals to all. Now see this query. Select did from department. We have department. I will execute this one so it will be easy to understand. It will be easy for you to understand. So here I have select first name. I have written select first name, last name, did, eid, all the information from employee table. I'm getting all the information from employee table. Now where did is equals to did, that is department id, is equals to all means it is taking all the values. So 250 where strength is 250 or strength is 100, 250 or 100. Now if you see 1 and 3, 1 and 3, okay, these two should be there, these two should be there. So there is a or condition and it won't give me any result because it's a or condition. So see, I won't be getting any results. However, if I go and if I do something like I am using all as a condition over here, so it does not give me any results. But if I use any as a result and I have not changed anything, if you see onto the first query here and into the second query, I have not changed anything. I just changed all with any. Now it is checking for any condition which satisfies the result. It will print out the result. So now it will print me two results because of 250 and 100. Execute it. I will be getting the results, and I'm getting the last name did as 1 and 3 and eid as 101 and 104. So that is how in operator all operator works. Now we will see certain conditions about all operator. So all operator returns boolean type value. It returns true if all the subquery values meet the condition, and it can be used with select, where, and having. We can use all with select, where, and having clause. Now the syntax is simple. We will write select all. This is the all, nothing but the operator which we have used. Select all column name and then from table where condition. We write it like that. Okay. So if you have any questions or any doubt regarding the topic which we have covered today, is multiple operators, so you can directly put me a comment and I will try to answer it as early as possible. So now into our next topic we will be discussing something about the exist and the coordinated queries, which is also a very important topic and they go hand in hand. So and they are most versatile and dynamic way to create the queries or the long query or the complex queries. So that will be, we will be seeing it into our next coming up sessions. So thank you so much, and I would request you to practice these things into your machine so that it will help you to understand the topic more easily and more firmly.